Hello, thank you so much for watching this video. Today we will be learning how to crochet this orange slice tote bag. It is a very simple pattern. There will be three parts to this video. The first part being how to make the granny squares. Second part is how to connect all of these granny squares together. And the third part is how to make this strap. So let's get into this video.
So here's my bag, and if you look carefully, I have used 13 granny squares to make this bag. We will look at all the materials that we require to work on this bag. I am using cotton yarn and a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, a needle to work on the orange slice, and scissor. That's it. We will start with a magic circle. If you find making magic circles difficult, you can just use a loop of 5 chains. We are elevating the chains with the help of 3 chain stitches followed by 8 double crochets. Now we will connect the whole line with the help of a slip stitch, and our first line will be ready. In the second row you have to add 2 double crochets in one chain space. That will give you 16 double crochets at the end of the row. So I will start my row with a standing double crochet. Now standing double crochet can be made in this manner. You can just twist your crochet hook, add a single crochet, and in the first loop of the single crochet add one more single crochet. Now I will quickly place one more double crochet in the same spot and two double crochets in the following stitches. Here I'm done with the second row. Again I'll start with a standing double crochet and I'll add one double crochet followed by an increase stitch. So the whole row will have one double crochet, one increase stitch, one double crochet, one increase stitch. That is the end of our third row. Again we'll add a slip stitch to end the row, and you can fasten off the yellow color, switch to white. We will again start with one chain and we will add one single crochet followed by one single crochet and an increase stitch throughout the row. So one single crochet, one single crochet, one increase stitch. This sequence will go on throughout the row, and at the end of the row you will have 24 single crochets. Now at this point you can just keep some amount of white color for the lemon or orange wedges and switch your color to orange. Now the sequence for the fifth row is single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and an increase stitch. So you will keep on adding 3 single crochets followed by an increase stitch throughout the row, and with this your fifth row is complete. You can add a slip stitch to finish the row and fasten off the orange color. Now if you look carefully at the orange slice, you'll notice that in the fourth row we have 8 increase stitches. Fourth row is the white row. So with the remaining leftover white yarn that we left before starting the orange row, we'll insert our crochet hook in the increase stitch, bring it towards the center, and repeat the same procedure for 7 more times in all the increase stitches. This will give you a symmetric looking 8 partitioned lemon slice or orange slice. After working on the 8 partitions, we can secure the white thread by tying 2-3 knots at the back side. At this point our granny square looks like a circle, so we'll start working on making it look like a square now. We will switch our color and make our first standing double crochet. Now there is a sequence to follow for making the 4 corners. We will now work on the first corner. The first corner we are starting with a standing double crochet. We will now add 2 half double crochets. So here's our first half double crochet, here's our second half double crochet, followed by 2 single crochets. Again we will repeat by adding 2 half double crochets. We will now add a double crochet over here. Now we've reached the corner. So for the corner stitch we will be using 2 spaces, and in those 2 spaces we will add 2 treble crochets each. So our first corner with 2 treble crochets is ready. We will add a chain stitch for the corner, and in the next stitch we will add 2 more treble crochets. After adding our second treble crochet cluster, our first corner is ready. Now we will repeat the whole procedure on the second corner, which goes like 1 double crochet, 2 half double crochets, 2 single crochets, 2 half double crochets again, followed by 1 double crochet. Then comes our corner stitch, so we'll be using 2 spaces for our corner stitch, and we'll repeat this 3 more times. This will complete our first row of our granny square. Now, to add one more additional layer, I will start with a standing double crochet, and in each stitch we will add 1 double crochet. In the corner stitch we will add 2 double crochets followed by 2 chains and again 2 double crochets. So in the corner stitch we are adding 4 stitches with 2 chains in the center. Repeat these steps till the end and you will have a square looking granny square. Earlier on it was a circle. If you want to have a bigger bag, what you can do is you can add additional lines of double crochets over this. So my bag is around 30 centimeters. Now if you want to have a bigger bag, you can keep adding more rows to the bag and the whole bag will turn out bigger. Starting with attaching all the granny squares together, you will line up all the 13 granny squares and you will have to attach them in the figure as shown in the video. Now to attach two granny squares you can use any method. I am just adding slip stitches into the corners of the bag. I insert my crochet hook in one stitch of the first granny square, one stitch of the granny square which is at the back, and I just pass it through a slip stitch. Now if you look at this figure, the top part remains open, which will also become the handle of our bag, and the lower part is stitched completely. To start with the handle, we will just pass on a new piece of thread through the corner. We will keep adding one single crochets till we reach the top corner of the bag. As soon as you reach the top corner of the bag, make sure that you add 3 single crochets in the top corner. So this is the top corner of our bag. In the bigger hole we will add 3 single crochets, and again we will continue adding 1 single crochet in each stitch. As you reach the lower corner of the bag, do not add 3 single crochets over here, 1 single crochet is enough. We will repeat the whole thing on the other side of the bag, and as you reach the start you join all of this with a slip stitch. So your first row of the strap is now ready. We will start a new row by adding one chain, and in each stitch you will add one single crochet. Again, as you reach the top corner of the bag, we will start adding 60 chains. Now this is the length of the strap, which is also subjective. So if you have a bigger bag, you can add 70 chains, 75 chains, or so on. If you want to have short handles on your bag, you can just add less chains and connect the whole chain thing to the other top corner of the bag. We will again start working on single crochets throughout the first side of the bag. Repeat the whole procedure on the other side as well. At the end, you will have 2 strap handles. You can again add a slip stitch to connect the second row, start a new row. Again start adding single crochets throughout the edge, but as you reach near the chain stitches, the last 5 stitches you will add is half double crochet. We are adding these 5 half double crochets because in the strap of the bag we will be adding double crochets, so we don't need a sudden increase in height of the stitches. Hence we are adding 5 half double crochets and then we will follow double crochets throughout the chain stitches that we made. So here we have started adding double crochets. We will add double crochets till we reach the other end, the top corner of the second side. Now we have reached the other corner, the other top corner of the bag, and if you look here we will now follow the reverse procedure, which is As soon as you finish adding double crochets, we will add 5 half double crochets to eliminate that sudden increase in the height, and then we will continue adding single crochets throughout the end. So repeat this whole procedure on the other side as well, and you will have your first row of double crochets on the chain stitches ready. Now we will follow the same procedure of adding single crochets followed by half double crochets and chain stitches. We will add double crochets. We will follow this whole procedure one more time. So on our chain stitches we will have 2 rows of double crochets, and on the sides we will have 4 rows of single crochets. With this our bag is ready. If you still think that your strap length or the strap size is thinner, you can add one more row of double crochets on the strap and your bag will be ready. You can add an inner lining for some extra protection. If you love this free tutorial and if you want to support my channel, or if you want a PDF copy of the same pattern, you can just purchase it from the link given below. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you happen to make the bag or something using these granny squares, just tag me on your posts. My Instagram is crochet by Kunal. Thank you. Bye bye. Keep crocheting.